Have you ever wondered if the Prophet Muhammad wrote the Quran by himself while he was in that cave for so many years and then just pretended to be illiterate, unable to read or write? When I was 14 years old, that is the question that my best friend of my entire life asked me out of nowhere. And it shook me to my core. Because before this, I had zero doubts in my religion. I had zero doubts that when I die, I'm going to go to either heaven or hell, and Allah is God, and that's it. Islam is 100% true, an innocent childhood belief. And for the first time in my life, that was challenged, and not just challenged by a stranger, challenged by somebody so close to my heart. If I saw someone on YouTube say that at that point, maybe it wouldn't have mattered. But the fact that somebody just like me had that thought terrified me. So obviously in the moment I just dismissed it. Obviously it couldn't have been true. But the problem was that I let it fester. I let it get worse and worse. I didn't immediately seek help. I thought it would just all go away, all the doubts would just go away. So between the ages of 14 and 17, I had experienced a rapid decline of my Iman. You see, outwardly I was still Muslim. I would still do all the things Muslims do. I was winning Quran competitions in my school, coming first every single year in front of the entire school. And yet this is the same time that I was consuming like degenerate, information online on r/atheism and all these pseudo intellectuals. I was listening to them and these comedians, Ricky Gervais, and just thinking like, these guys are so smart. Therefore, if you are smart, you don't believe in religion, right? And how wrong I was about that. Anyways, I sought help. I went to Dawah workshops. I tried speaking to people that I trust that had a lot of knowledge. And honestly, all of that did help. I'm not going to discourage you from doing the same. It did help, but it would only help me temporarily, because the problem was, and I need you to understand this, it wasn't a scientific problem, an evidence-based problem. Maybe that was part of the problem, but that's not the entirety of the problem. The problem was me. I was the problem. I, despite winning these Quran competitions, despite, being able to read the Quran, had never actually read Allah's book properly. So when I was 17 years old, I remember I just had this random desire to learn Arabic. Anyways, long story short, I was sat there learning Duolingo, and from there onwards, I went down this rabbit hole of just self-learning Arabic. And I'm very introverted, so I didn't seek out any teachers or anything like that. I just kept self-learning and just watching YouTube videos, using apps. One day, I'd say 6 months later, I was, leading prayer at home and reciting out loud. I was reciting Surah Muddathir, and for the first time in my life, this was a surah I had recited, maybe hundreds of times before, but I was reciting it and I was understanding what I was saying. That was absolutely the game changer. Because at that point, I honestly just started tearing up, because I realized how much I was missing out of the Quran, how much of the Quran I didn't understand, and how beautiful the Quran was. Like, it is unbelievably beautiful when you understand it. Honestly, it makes complete sense why the Arab poets of the time were just, unable to make anything like it, just blown away to proportions by it. So look, I'm not going to tell you in this video that the only way for you to be a good Muslim is for you to now go down this entire route and just dedicate yourself to learning Arabic. Although, that would be absolutely amazing, but I don't expect you to do that. I do expect you to think about this logically at the very least. I want you to just think about your existence for a moment. You exist as this ape-like creature on this planet, and you are the smartest of all creatures, right? One day you find out that the creator of the universe has sent down a thick book of instructions, alright, to one of his prophets, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that book of instructions has everything you need to lead a successful life and hereafter. Wouldn't you drop everything you have to just understand and read that book? If it was in English, sure, that would be so easy, you would get it done in a day, right? If you had that level of motivation. What if it was in a different language? So what if it was in a different language? The creator of the universe, the one who dictates the entirety of your existence, your everlasting hereafter, the one who decides that, has just sent you a book of instructions, and it's in a different language, so you're not going to do your best to understand that language? Would that not be the most logical way to go about life? So what if it takes 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years? At least make that first step. At least make that first step to bridging the gap between you and Allah. Because when you put in the effort to return to Allah, He makes it so much easier for you, and that's the important thing. You just need to take the first step, and then Allah will do the rest. You just need to start learning Arabic, and then the rest will just become easy when you have the right intention. When I was learning Arabic, obviously my intention wasn't to, become a better Muslim or anything like that. Although I had asked Allah to put something in my life that would make me a better Muslim. But eventually, because perhaps I had made that dua, Allah showed me why it was so important to learn Arabic, and from there onwards it was just so easy as to stick to it. It was just like the most enjoyable thing ever. It was already enjoyable, but it became even easier, even more purposeful to learn Arabic. So I guess my message to you today is to just take the first step. That's all I'm saying. Take the first step, and there are so many ways to take the first step. I'm all about taking the first step. That's my entire channel, is taking the first step, getting started, getting as many people started on learning Arabic as possible. And to do that, you can literally just join the free community at the bottom, where there's 1,000 people with the same goal as you. And inshallah, it will be so beneficial for you to be surrounded by people who have gone through the same thing as you, or are trying to achieve the same thing as you. And I also drop a bunch of free value and free resources in there all the time, and inshallah, it will be an absolute win for you. I also have a bunch of videos for you to actually figure out your plan to learn Arabic, to self-learn Arabic over a period of 6 months at least, maybe even shorter or longer. But anyways, I hope you found some value in this video, inshallah, and I will see you in the next one.